So hello and welcome to what I guess is going to be a Fiend update. I did have a video to upload today, a video essay in fact, titled Which Sitcom Dad is Best at Sex. Here's a clip. So hi, and here's the thumbnail. However, as you might imagine, a video that involves using lots of clips from lots of different TV shows, that also happens to use the word sex a lot, the initial upload got both copyright struck and demonetized. So I'll be working on correcting both of those things over the next week or so expect to see that video on the channel, if not next week, the week after that, depending on how much of a ball ache it is to fix behind the scenes. But I thought I might as well upload something, so I figured why not just talk about what I've been up to for the last couple of months. And first things first, the introduction to this video is not a joke. I really have made a video essay trying to determine which sitcom dad is best at sex. I'm not sure how often I'm going to be making video essays or on what subject they'll be if I decide to make another one, but they will be uploaded to this channel under the Fiend focus branding that's been established previously. So yeah. And if I'm being honest, I don't even know why I made this first one, but I did enjoy the process of writing, scripting, and researching, so hey, maybe it's something I'll return to in the future. As for the Fiend channel itself, while I don't expect I'll ever return to making videos full-time on this channel, I will continue to upload about one video per week, so I can use the Fiend channel to advertise my other projects and ventures, such as Wiki Weekends. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the format, Wiki Weekends was a series of videos that began life on this channel a good couple of years ago now that, as the name suggests, were uploaded each and every weekend. And the basic premise was I would go through a wiki on a given subject with whoever happened to be joining me for that episode. Maybe we might be able to talk about my favourite Bigfoot show, where it's like they hunt Bigfoot and he's just a guy in the woods who just goes, ah, it's like, that's Bigfoot.
We're gonna see Lyle do a squatch call.
I like that.
Now, something people maybe don't know is that Wiki Weekends actually wasn't my idea. I hosted the videos, but the original idea was Lucas's. In fact, he came up with it on a podcast that we co-hosted many, many years ago that is no longer a thing. And a deal I had with everyone who worked on Fiend during its heyday is that if somebody came up with an idea for a series or a channel gimmick and it ended up being popular, I would sign a piece of paper saying, hey, I don't own that, that's yours. You can spin it off and promote it on the channel. And Lucas did exactly that. And he asked me if I wanted to be a 50-50 partner for the idea. So for the past year or so, myself and Lucas have been hosting Wiki Weekends. It'd be like if a tiger had a secretary, right? And like this kind of, okay, so the tiger going to jump into your room at midnight tonight, it's going to eat you? Good luck. What? So no, tiger's coming. Like, you can lock your door, but that tiger's going to get in, because it's a magic tiger, and it's fucking going to get you. So for the past year or so, myself and Lucas have been working on the Wiki Weekends channel as equal partners, for which I'm very grateful, because he didn't have to do that. I edit, host, record, and upload the videos that go up on a Saturday. He does the same for the videos that go up on a Sunday, and we both co-host a Wiki Weekdays podcast that goes up in the middle of the week. It's been really fun, and I'd like to recommend it. And just to sweeten the pot just a little, I will say that if you go check out the Wiki Weekends Patreon right now, which has a bunch of like stretch goals and stuff like that, I have uploaded the video essay, Which Sitcom Dad is Best at Sex, to that Patreon, and it's the version that YouTube didn't like, the biblically accurate version, if you will. So if you are interested in seeing that video slightly before it's supposed to go live and you'd like to support one of my other ventures, you can do so by following the links you'll find below. In addition to this, I've also been working behind the scenes for a few channels I worked with long before Fiend was ever a thing, namely TopTenz and Today I Found Out. In regards to the former, I have been doing some editing work behind the scenes while occasionally stepping in to host videos as and when they need it. And in regards to the latter, I've been working on new scripts as well as occasionally appearing on the podcast. Speaking of writing and Today I Found Out, something I found out that was quite surprising in the last month or so is that Dave and Hiskey, the owner of the site, was operating under the assumption that I knew that anything I submitted to the site I would still own. For those of you who don't work as writers or anything like that, this isn't normally the case, and I was operating under the assumption, as I have done for every other site I've contributed articles and scripts to, that once I was paid for the scripts, it was no longer mine. Daven didn't see it that way, and I only found out about 4 weeks ago that I own the publishing rights to every script I've ever submitted to Today I Found Out for the past 10 years. All 750 of them. So I'm currently in the process of sifting through every script or article I've ever submitted or written for Today I Found Out and looking for ones that are thematically similar to try and collate them into a book. And I will be honest, there is a lot to sift through, but there are a couple of ideas that are percolating already. one that I'm quite excited about is the idea of a book titled simply That Time When, which is a popular genre of title I use when I'm scripting for Today I Found Out, and largely the articles that use that title will be talking about something from history that is lesser known. But my thinking would be that I could collate a bunch of those together, including some that haven't even been published yet. Again, there is a lot, and release them as an ebook or something like that. And for anybody unfamiliar with my creative output for Today I Found Out, some examples of scripts I've written that follow that titling format include That Time When a Professional Wrestler Nearly Kicked Muhammad Ali's Leg Off, and That Time When the BBC released a video that almost made pregnant women shit themselves. So yeah, if any of that sounds interesting, look forward to that at some point. And finally, a smaller piece of creative writing that I've done that I'm not sure what to do with, but I've got some good feedback on it, is I've written a children's story. So this requires some explanation, I'm aware, because that isn't really the kind of thing that I make. So, my mother recently got married. Here's a picture of me at her wedding. And I was one of the people who was asked to give a speech. And I decided to write a fairy tale that described how my mum met her partner. And that speech was very well received, which surprised me because that's not really my wheelhouse creatively speaking. But I figured if people like it, maybe there's something there. And at the very least, I'd like to upload it to this channel. So if there are any animators out there, reach out. Follow the links you'll find below. Contact me. Maybe we can make something work. And finally, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who's still watching and following my creative output both on Fiend and elsewhere online. Technically, Fiend is done. Videos will continue to be uploaded because there's a shit ton of scripts still in the archives. But yeah, if all you're really following of mine is the videos I sporadically upload here, you're helping pay my mortgage. And for that, you're a fucking hero. Cheers.